From the podcast studio inside Brockton Community Access, I'm Carl Pride, and this is Brockton. Brockton Community Access has a new partner. It's called the Red Cross. And this week, we hosted our first blood drive. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Mark Anthony. I'm working with the Red Cross about a year. We're getting set up now. It's a lot of quality control type stuff we got to do, make sure our product's going to be safe. We're just getting everything set up so we can move quick once the donors start coming in, because we want to get a constant flow going and make sure everybody's in and out of here as quick as possible. I think our goal is usually around 30-ish, so we'll try and see if we can get 30 donors in here, see if we can get as many donations as possible out of that 30 people that come in. Our team is based out of Denham, so we've got Mondays, I think we have three or four-ish blood drives going, but Tuesday through Thursday or Tuesday through Friday, usually we'll have 6 to 7 blood drives going all at once in Boston, south, west to like Framingham, east all the way to the Cape. So in that area, we've usually got 6 to 3 blood drives going every day.
Music's such an important part of our lives, whether it be the pop charts or in church. Staff member Thomas filed this report about organs in Brockton.
Hey, this is an Austin organ made by the Austin Organ Company in Hartford, Connecticut. When this building was built in 1995, the organ was designed for the space so that acoustically it would be good for the space, and it was installed when the building was new. My name is Donna Costa. I'm a member here at Christ Congregational Church, and I was the chairperson of the committee, the Organ Completion Committee, that raised the funds to complete the choir division for this organ. There are 4 divisions on an organ: grate, swell, choir, and pedal. The building fund did not have enough funds raised to put all those divisions together. The divisions each have pipes behind the pipe facade there. The grate, swell, and pedal division were finished, but the choir division had these stops, but there were no pipes to go with them. So if you pulled out a stop and you pressed those keys, nothing would happen. And there was the hope that funds would be raised eventually to complete that part of the organ. So the Organ Completion Committee was formed, I think, in 2016, and we began with very small fundraising ideas, some small concerts, restaurant fundraisers, all those kind of things. But we also recruited sponsors for concerts. We were happy to have funds granted from the cultural councils, Brockton and other cultural councils, to help support the concerts. And then we solicited donations, major donors in excess of $25,000, some of them, and also small donors who would come to a concert and maybe contribute $1 or $2. So it was a combination of consistent donations from people across a whole range, or from small donations to very large ones. And we exceeded the goal. The goal was $166,000 to install the choir division, and we raised a little over $170,000. So the excess funds will stay in a maintenance fund. So as we continue to maintain the organ, tuning it, and everything that goes with that, some of those funds will go to that in the future.
This organ has grown since I have known it. It has the potential and ability to play many styles, which you heard today, so that's a blessing. That's really nice. Sometimes organs play only one style, and this one can kind of be a chameleon at times.
Each manual has a regular keyboard like a piano would with certain octaves on it, and the top one goes with the swell division, the middle one goes with the great, and the low one goes with the choir, and then these stops go with the pedals down below. So they all can play from very low to very high. Here at the church we have a board of music, and it's responsible for all the music programs in the church. But we also wanted to do some arts and music outreach. So that will be the group that sponsors concerts and other arts events going forward. We have in December another one of the midday music, like you just filmed this past month. But before then, on November 28th, we'll have a dedication concert to dedicate the completed organ. There were people who were members of this church in 1995 when the new building was built who really hoped for the day when the organ would be finished. And so we really want to have something that kind of celebrates that it took 30 years, but we completed the organ. So we'll have a wonderful concert at 3 o'clock on Sunday the 28th. We'll have 3 guest organists. Peter Sykes, who's a well-known concert organist and who is actually a native of Brockton. He teaches at Boston University and at the Juilliard School in New York. Sylvia Berry, who's our former church organist and is well known for her expertise in historical instruments. Besides the organ, she plays a harpsichord and some other historical instruments. And the third organist is Leonardo Ciampa, who is right now the composer in residence at Mechanics Hall in Worcester, a wonderful organist, and he's played for some of our concerts in the past. So we're really looking forward to that being a special day.
Did you know the theatrical community in Brockton is moving forward? You know, after COVID, there's opportunities for people to go see live performances. Right now, let's talk to the creator and director of a new show called Heard It Through the Grapevine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kerry Jackson, and I'm sitting here with Jenny Goncalves and Bill Bruce. And they are doing a play which is called I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Jenny Goncalves is the writer, and Bill Bruce is the director. Jenny, can you please tell us about the play?
Basically, it's a Christian-based play based on different life issues and trauma. It's about a town drunk that lost his mother at a young age. He had a really hard time with, so he turned to the bottle and the streets. But in the end, he got his life together, became an assistant pastor, and made a huge difference.
And this is Bill Bruce, and Bill Bruce is helping with the directing of this play. Bruce, can you tell us a little bit about the play?
Yeah, sure. Just to kind of echo what Jenny was saying. Yeah, it's about all those things, but it's also it's about companionship and about love of one another. It's about taking care of one another and looking out for one another, and all those things. All of those things, pretty much, that are really life, that are life stories. And there's some funny moments. There's some serious moments. And there are a lot of enjoyable moments, and we hope that people will take away from this play some of life's issues and how they're handled, and how we try to solve some of those issues.
If you are interested in coming to the next performance, please contact Jenny Goncalves at 508-663-6997. If you are interested in auditioning for any of the upcoming productions, please contact Kerry Jackson at 774-428-4496.
He's back. Nature Nolan is back this week with some new creature. Let's find out more.
What happens when you have one of the worst invasive plant species that also happens to be one of the best sources of pollen and nectar for pollinating insects? Well, you get the pollinators problem. Japanese knotweed is often hailed as one of the worst invasive species in the world, and for good reason. This plant is a certified menace. You see, knotweed, like this plant behind me, can grow well over 8 feet in a single season, and in that season, destroy a whole bunch of things, like your house's foundation even. That's how strong the roots are. But it's not just houses that are in danger, ecosystems are too. Its dense growth prevents light from reaching other plants, allowing it to outcompete our native species. At the same time, to make sure those plants really get the message that they have no place here, Japanese knotweed uses alethipy, which is basically when they release a biochemical through their roots to prevent other plants from sprouting and growing. Okay, so you must be thinking, why don't we just rip it out? There we go, problem solved. Not exactly. You see, Japanese knotweed sends their roots 10 feet underground, and even then, they can regrow 8 feet in a single season from a piece of root the size of your fingernail. They are true survivors, but that also makes them very hard to kill. In its native range, Japanese knotweed grows like a normal plant. It's not overrunning parts of Japan and China. See, there, they have a whole bunch of predators and plants that can compete with them. Here, all of those things that would usually control Japanese knotweed are absent. It's so costly to get rid of that during the 2012 London Olympics, there were 10 acres of the stuff just growing, and it took 70 million pounds just to get rid of it. That's 96 million US dollars. That's a lot, like a ridiculous amount. The real problem is, in certain areas where there aren't any native flowering plants left, Japanese knotweed can be a last resort for so many pollinators. Pollinators like honeybees, bumblebees, carpenter bees, great golden digger wasps, monarchs, yellow jacket. I even saw flies expanding from their normal diet of dead things and poop. It was a lot. What do you do when you have an invasive species that just removing it would cost millions of dollars, and it's such a threat to our native ecosystem, but at the same time, it's one of the only things holding up our native ecosystems right now? It's a really tough problem. As much as I don't like this plant, I do like what it provides to our native pollinators, which are in serious need of help. So if you're wondering what you could do, next time you're buying flowers for your house, find some native plants, native flowering plants. The pollinators will love you for it. And also, they look pretty good, and they're perennials. So next season, be sure to get flowers. I'll remind you, don't worry about it. I got you.
This is Brockton is looking for a new host. Well, currently I'm the host, and I'm looking to replace myself. So if you'd like to be the host of This is Brockton, give us a call at 508-580-2228 and say, I want to host. Are you interested in finding out more about Brockton Community Access? Watch this.
I'm Mike Simmons. I'm the programming genius here at Brockton Community Access. Today we're talking about membership. Let's kick it over to Cassie Bruni, our outreach genius. Take it away, Cassie.
Hi, and welcome to Brockton Community Access, your local community access station. Our mission is to empower diversity and freedom of expression by connecting our community with knowledge and media resources, driven by our passion and commitment to serve. We are your voice to our community, and it is so easy to become a member. How do you do that? You can just come in and sign up with one of our applications here, or you can go online and sign up to be a member. Can't wait to see you here.
Why have you never donated blood before?
Intimidated to go in.
Needles are probably
Just gonna check your veins.
There's no needles yet. Well, I have a very special helper here today that I think might be able to help you through the process.
Really?
Oh, hi.
Well, hi there.
Are you scared?
A little nervous.
Well, I'm gonna help you get through it today.
You ready to get started?
hold your hand?
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's okay. If you want to hold my friend AJ, you can.
Thank you.
Eye contact.
All right.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Moo. Girl, I love your ripped jeans. Are your knees a little cold?
1, 2,
3.
1, 2.
Dang it.
Miss Emma, you are almost there.
Wow. Girl, you're almost done.
I should bring you every time I get a shot.
Well, there's actually a reason your helper here today is so familiar with the blood donation process.
So I have a blood disease that is called sickle cell anemia type SS. I've been hospitalized over 72 times and have blood transfusions over 70 times. When I was 5 months old, I went into kidney failure. I needed to have a lot of blood transfusions. And when I get the blood transfusions, it makes me feel like I'm me again, like I'm a kid, I can do anything. Thank you for donating from the bottom of my heart.
Girl, give me a hug.
Well, I think everything we've talked about that kept my focus the most.
And not only I'm thankful, but my mom is too.
On behalf of whoever's going to get your blood, thank you so much. It means so much to us. Without you, she would not be here. Thank you so much.
Group hug.
This makes it 1,000,000% worthwhile. I'm literally honored and privileged to be able to do this.
Would you do it again?
I would happily do it again.
I feel like we should pinky promise.
You're all done.
I can hug you with both arms.
Welcome back to This is Brockton. Sarah Dew went out and covered the last week of the farmers market and filed this report.
Every Friday since July, City Hall has been hosting a farmers market.
The mission of the Brockton Farmers Market is to provide fresh fruits and vegetables and healthy food for people in downtown Brockton. Have several vendors who provide fresh produce for people who come to the market and buy it. We're every Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. from July through the end of October. Well, we have fresh produce, we have some of the vendors bring eggs, and we have a vendor who sells honey. So we accept SNAP benefits here at the market, and when you use your EBT card, we also participate in the Healthy Incentive Program, which provides free fruits and vegetables for SNAP recipients. It is a reimbursement for spending your SNAP dollars at a farmer's market or farm stand that participates in the program. If you'd like to become involved in the market to help out or to become a vendor, you can either go to our website at brocktonfarmersmarket.com. We have information for vendors and a request for volunteers. You could send an email to info@brocktonfarmersmarket.com.
Farmers Market's goal is to allow farmers, craftsmen, and artisans the opportunity to market their produce, meats, and home goods to the public. They also want to encourage the consumption of healthy foods and to promote business within our community.
There's all kinds of activities happening at the Brockton Public Library. Let's take a look at what's happening now.
Hi, I'm Paul Engel. I'm the director of the Brockton Public Library, and we are standing in the rotunda of the Carnegie section of the public library that was built in 1913. And in this rotunda we have a wonderful mural, a Works Progress Administration mural that was painted in 1940 by Cape Cod artist Fritz Fuglester. And if you want to know what the mission of the Brockton Public Library is, you have to go no further than this rotunda. Behind me, above the makerspace, it says, "The Public Library, the People's University." That's what we do here. We provide information, access to information, guided information, and the ability for a person to learn, and we offer all of our services for free. The services that we offer specifically, we have adult services, reference services that provide access to genealogy information. We can answer any questions that come up regarding citizenship or ESL. We have programming in both of those, strong programming in both of those. We have a robust children's room downstairs in the basement of this building that provides programming for our kids in the ages birth up till about 11 or 12. We have a really great teen programming. We have a new teen librarian that started this week. We've got 2 branch libraries, so if you don't want to come all the way downtown, there's one at the east side of town and one at the west side of town. And we provide a lot of arts and STEM programming, and we do a lot of things with the makerspace behind me. In the Driscoll Gallery, we have our poetry series. We do monthly concerts in our circulation lobby. The library really is a place to go. It's a community service. Well, you can come to the Brockton Public Library for a number of reasons. You can come here to experience culture through the arts programming that we do. We have a robust poetry programming. We have concerts on a regular basis. You can come here to research your genealogy, to find out where you're from, your roots. We have a historical room. There's also materials in the historical room that you can learn about Brockton. You can study the history of the city. It's really a place to go to interact with your community, to be a part of this community. And we offer a safe space, a welcoming space, and we have numerous amounts of meeting spaces in this building, from large gatherings in Lingos to medium-sized gatherings on Driscoll. We have private rooms. We've got it all covered, plus we have technology in order to do hybrid-type communications. We have 5 different Zoom stations that we've set up in the library. Upcoming events. On the 20th of November, we have the poetry series, Everyone Has a Voice, which will be happening in the Driscoll Gallery. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, we'll be joining forces with the mayor and other parts of the city in the holiday, and we'll be participating in the holiday parade. The library will be open. We'll have crafts for the kids. We're going to have Bill Hogan's going to set up a train display downstairs in the DVD room. And we're just going to have a lot of fun that day. There's also a concert coming up on the 20th, a chamber concert, which will happen at roughly the same time as the poetry in the circulation lobby. In addition to our amazing spaces that we have available to you in person, we also have a web presence. You can see us reach us at www.brocktonpubliclibrary.org. We also have a Facebook page, a children's Facebook page. We also have Twitter.
There's a new producer in town. Let's take a look and find out what their show's about.
Hi, my name is Edna Lowen-Tellis. I'm a licensed social worker. I'm also an author and a mom, grandmother, a member of the Brockton community. So really happy to be here with you. What really missing a lot of time is that we talk about mental health. But we don't really look at mental health as related, really in a way, related to the brain. We know it is, but we don't talk about it like that. So a lot of time people who have, mental issues, emotional issues, it's become like a mystery for them. So I wanted to really demystify that. So that's what caused me to really say, I need to be out there in the community educating, because as I'm talking to my clients and they have a lot of success, and what I hear a lot from them is that, it makes sense. And once, things make sense for people, they know what to do with it. So the show, really, I wanted to start the show so I can make it make sense to people and encourage them to get, help if they need to. So the book name is Cultivating Wellness, okay? And it's also the name of the show. So the book really targets women of color, because again, I wrote it, with my friend, Dr. Regina Pierre, we been working for a long time, and we share the same, philosophy in terms of, mental health and the treatment of mental health. So Cultivating Wellness was really, we were talking about writing the book, but, during the COVID, we think it was really essential that, we kind of accelerated the process and put the book out, because COVID has added another layer of stressors to the life of everybody, but especially the minority community. We lost a lot of people, and a lot of those burden really fall on the shoulders of women. So that was really a way for encouraging women to really take care of themselves, doing self-care as an essential part of wellness and mental health, so they can be there also for their family. So that's what inspired, actually the show. It's like, part 2 of the book, because we have the book out and we wanted to have the message out more in the community. So, and also reaching more than just women. We really wanted to reach the whole community. So that's the reason we said, let's go with the show. That was my process, or my thinking process, in terms of, let's do the show so we can let the community know what we are doing. My organization is Awaken to Mind. That's, my company. And right now, I have Regina Pierre, which is a psychologist, working with me. She does, a lot of relationship, work, like couple works. Also, I have coaches, because I really believe some people may not go for therapy, but they can have a coach that can help them. So we have a career coach, Rosna Cornett. I have Nicole Barnett, who's a life coach. And also, we are in the process of getting a health coach, Sheila Cunningham, and she's a nurse for the past, 30 years. So we have a lot of experiences, in our company, and we want to bring that to the community. So this show will be about providing really concrete, practical tips, and really trying to demystify what mental health really is also. And we are focusing on cultivating wellness because we wanted to have the picture that really, when we're talking about mental, we're talking about also physical, we're talking about spiritual. It's not, mental is everything that has to be, that is related to mental is about your brain. So if your behavior is caused by your brain and your behavior is based on how your brain is wired, okay, you need to know how your brain is wired, and if you can reprogram your brain to really make your brain work for you instead of against you. So cultivating, we look at it as, it's like a garden. You cannot plant seeds and say, okay, I'm going to just leave the garden. You have to take the weed out. And it's a process, that, is continuing. It's not like, okay, I take the weeds and I'm done. It's really continuing. So we're going to talk about the limiting beliefs as the weeds in our gardens. We get rid of them? And how can we really live a life that we truly are happy, healthy, and wealthy?
Well, that does it for this episode of This is Brockton. From all of us here, I'm Carl Pride. Have a good night.